Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you how to carry on Rammus jungle here in mid-season 12. He's in a really good spot right now after all the changes for durability and all that fun stuff. He's sitting at a top 15 jungler, much stronger than he's been in a while. For your runes, you're going to want to take Aftershock with Fawn of Life alongside Conditioning, Unflinching, Alacrity, Triumph with attack speed and double armor. What makes Rammus just so gosh darn tasty right now is his level 3 gank is super strong, and then his first item rush chem tank is extremely good as well. After that, we're going to be looking for a Thornmail into Deadman's to maximize our value. You don't need to leash on Rammus to start with. Your best start is to solo start on Raptors with your W. You can take the camp super easily, and if you do leashless, they don't know where you started because you can solo start on Wolves or Raptors, or in theory solo start on a buff, which I wouldn't recommend because you'll take a lot more damage, and it's hard to solo a buff level 1 on Rammus because you're missing the attack speed from your E. Your E gives you a taunt plus attack speed for the full duration of your W. That's why you want to taunt and use your W together, because it constantly refreshes the bonus attack speed, which lets you take this quickly. So normally you're going to want to solo start Raps into red, then take Krugs, then gank, because Rammus only needs level 3 to start ganking. Level 3 ganks. His full clear isn't that effective, so if you're just consistently doing full clears, you'll usually be putting yourself behind, and you'll be lacking a lot of value for your team. We're up against a Nunu, so we should actually be quite a bit stronger in a 2 vs 2 gank. We'll be a lot tankier than him, at least because we have Aftershock. He has Phase Rush. Looks like 𝐒𝐿𝐹's going in for a fairly early ward. We're going to build up some movement speed before we go in. I'm going to flash into him. We get the taunt. I need 𝐒𝐿𝐹 to... Nice. That was beautiful. Well played by the 𝐒𝐿𝐹. Our Q didn't quite hit him. We didn't flash far enough past the minion, so our Q was a little bit wasted there, but ultimately we got the job done. We had our Q on halfway, built up the movement speed, so by the time we saw us, it would be too late. Got him with taunt W and wrecked him. Gonna build up some movement speed first. It seems to be warded because she reacted pretty much immediately. Not sure where the 𝐒𝐿𝐹 is, but at least we're slowing down Nunu a little bit. Nunu loves to play off of Scuttle Crabs. That's his main gank tool in the early game. I wish we could have gotten that one. 𝐒𝐿𝐹 is backing now. Ahri's the only one Nunu can gank. Go ahead and smite this. I'll probably just go bot next. You can take Gromp and blue buff at the same time once you are past level 1. We can apply our red buff burn and jungle item burn to both of them. Plus, they're both taking damage from our W as they're hitting us. Our Q AoE damage as well. Plus Q knocks them out of their auto attacks. We're going to go ahead and focus down the blue buff now because we're taking a little bit too much damage. Nice. And then we'll go ahead and move on to the wolves. We took so much damage, ganking at this point would be a pretty big mistake. You want to max your Q first, mainly for the movement speed. Super nice to have. Puts the cooldown on a much lower cooldown and gets you to where you need to be. The damage as well is quite nice, and the slow goes up on it. 10% slow per level, so Q really gives you everything you need per level. W per level you get almost nothing, and E per level you get almost nothing as well. Only 5% increased attack speed, which is almost nothing, and the duration barely goes up on top of that. You want to back once you can afford a full Balmy Cinder. So right now we could back, but our Krugs are up, so we'll go ahead and grab those. Probably gank top before 𝐒𝐿𝐹 is 6 as well. Ooh, someone was taking my Krugs. That's not cool. Smite one of them, get it done quicker. Looks like 𝐒𝐿𝐹 was doing that. I don't think that's worth it though, the amount of damage he's going to take from these. 𝐒𝐿𝐹. I think 𝐒𝐿𝐹 has him here. Yep. Yeah, you normally don't want to leech XP if you don't have the successful gank, but since 𝐒𝐿𝐹's dead, it's really important that we crash this wave. Go ahead and let him get that. Now we'll reset. And get our Balmy Cinder into Boots. Balmy Cinder Boots is an extremely good back. Pick up Control Word as well. Our ganks will be substantially better because the increased movement speed from Boots will help us to land our Q. We're getting all the way up nearly 700 movement speed. I prefer to look at the base stats so you can judge their move speed against yours quite quickly. Scuttle's up. We need to get to that ASAP. Stop Nunu from getting it. Nice. Lux is shoving up. Bot lane's pushing up a bit as well. I'll try to get Draven a kill so he can cash out his passive. Deep in behind them. Taunt the Twitch. Move in between our autos. And try to let Draven get the kill so he gets his passive. We can diver. Once you have 1 HP item or 1 armor item, even if it's not completed, you get some dive ability on Rammus. Alright, at least we stalled out her back. I'm a little surprised she went that far back. That was very safe of her. We can stall them out here pretty hard. No, Nunu's here, never mind. We'll just go for Lux. We gotta skip this area. There's 3 of them only. 3 of us, and they're under turret, so might as well go for her. Come up behind. You normally want to land an auto attack before you taunt. Like if you're in auto attack range, it's usually best to auto first because your taunt outranges your auto. In that case, we couldn't quite get to her because of the CC, so we just let in with taunt. Hey friend, auto attack taunt. Need to keep this Ahri alive. We'll get her with our R gap close. Down she goes. Your R goes through all CC, so if you're getting knocked up, knocked back, stunned, silenced, or I guess not silenced because then you wouldn't be able to cast R in the first place, but really any CC that's about to hit you, if you are, you can completely go through it, which is really nice. They got Dragon, which is fine. Rammus isn't the best for contesting dragons in the early game. His 1 versus 1 potential is quite low early on. He's more of just a ganker. So they can have Dragon. It's not the end of the world. Dude, Olaf, he took my red. Oh my gosh. This guy's a freaking menace. He's so far behind in lane and he's finding the time to go into my jungle. We're going to get our W on immediately. Don't want him to be able to kill us here. Down he goes. We'll leech some XP out of this while we go in for the Scuttle Crab. We don't want to let Nunu get any of these. If you can stop Nunu consistently from getting scuttles, his ganks are kind of bad. He has the best ganks in the game if he gets the scuttles, because his snowball, his big snowball, maintains the movement speed through the full duration of the snowball. So if he just starts on it, it's like he gets it the whole time. It's ridiculous. At this point, we'll grab cloth armor, that, and I guess we could grab tier 2 boots. I'm going to go ahead and not do that though, because I don't want to mess up the build order for you guys. Even though having played Steel Cap would help right now, ultimately Chem Tank is more important. Speeds up your clears and gives you way better ganks. Nice. Renata's by herself, so this is actually very diveable if she stays. I'm going to go ahead and go for it. She's full health, so I doubt she's going to recall considering Draven's almost dead. And Pyke's on the lower side as well. This is an easy dive opportunity. Go ahead and get her with R. She flashed it. We'll block that turret shot with W. Take reduced damage. There's the Nunu. Nice try from him. We're going to hit her with an auto attack, then an E. We need to cancel his R with our Q knockup. I think Draven just got more of his passive gold there. He got that kill. Got to build up some movement speed. We're not going to be able to do it. Teammates don't want to fight it. They're also out of mana and very low HP. Go ahead and pull off. All of our camps are up. I can't get to that mid wave fast enough. I'll go ahead and take this blue buff and Gromp. Then we can reset for Chem Tank, go top side. I think Olaf's in my jungle again. Oh my gosh, it's so strange. Normally when people are losing lane, They'd like hide under their turret, but he's hiding in my jungle, taking my camps. Very abnormal. Luckily, Rammus doesn't really need that many camps, nor does he need that much gold. Ultimately, he just needs level 3, and he just needs Chem Tank. That is his true tippity top of his core. The whole reason you get Thornmail is lots of armor health. It synergizes really well with your W. Whenever they auto you, your W will do damage to them when it's active, and the Thornmail will be doing damage and heal cutting them. So it's always going to be Chem Tank into Thornmail into Deadman's. The only time you switch it up is if they're full magic damage. Then instead of getting Deadman's third item, you'd get Force of Nature, then Deadman's. But you pretty much always go Thornmail second, even if they're full magic damage, because your Chem Tank is already giving you enough magic resist to negate their sorcery shoes. I don't really want to go for that. And so yeah, you're negating the sorcery shoes with the Chem Tank already, and then Thornmail's giving you enough HP in the armor. Even if they're full magic damage team comp, the armor's still useful against turrets, the monsters, barons, dragons, minions. Their team is mostly physical damage, I'd say. I will go for Merc Treads this game though. I think Merc Treads might be a bit better. AoE Lux Snare, they have some AoE Renata CC, AoE Twitch Slow, AoE Nunu Slow, AoE Nunu Snare, AoE Olaf Slow, so we're going to be stacking so much armor anyways. The Renata, Lux, and Nunu, they're kind of triple magic damage, so the extra magic resist from Merc Treads will be fine here. I don't know if we have enough damage to actually solo Lux. Let's find out. We'll use R if she throws out Snare. Get it with an auto attack, then we taunt. As you can see, Rammus's damage is on the lower side. His solo potential is not the best. He solos champions who have really fast attack speed, much easier than fighting a mage like that. So for example, let's say an 80 carry like Twitch who has a bunch of attack speed but maybe not much life still yet, especially if you have a Thornmail, they get lit up because every time they auto you, they're taking a bunch of damage from your W and the Thornmail as well. Go ahead and just smite that, smited it late. Olaf just soloed Aatrox, even though Aatrox has way more items. Aatrox must have DC'd there. It's the only way I could see that actually happening. I'll go back mid. I definitely do prefer the Rammus R before they reworked it. I'm assuming Olaf's R is on cooldown, so we'll just flash on him, get our Q up to speed. Chem Tank it. I don't think he realizes that his minions weren't in range. They got stuck up there. Unfortunate for him. You pretty much Chem Tank second. Chem Tank doesn't last as long as your Q. Your Q 6 seconds and your Chem Tank only lasts for 4. You normally you're going to hit Chem Tank once they can see you. And you start Q when they can't see you, because you need to build up the movement speed on the Q. Go ahead and get a big chunk of Thornmail there, little Ruby, grab another control word. Decent amount of HP. It's actually a close game. I'm a little surprised because the team's so far ahead. The enemies are still able to find some sneaky kills here or there. Nunu doesn't have tenacity nor full item. I wonder if I can QR him here. Nah, he's not gonna die. He's only gonna take a single turret shot. Feels bad. Rammus R is one of the least useful parts of his kit, honestly. The only time it's really good is if you're dodging a CC with it, and you can also go over walls, so it's a really good escape tool, an okay chase down tool, and a very good CC negator. Other than that, it's just the damage is so low and the slow on it's not that big. Taunt time. Down she goes. We need to start playing for dragons. You can give up the first 2 dragons on Rammus if you feel like it's a bad fight. After that point, you should be able to fight for it though. Like, because we've been farming more than him because he's been taking dragons. We've also been getting more ganks in him because he's been taking dragons. So 3rd, 4th dragon, we need to really be putting pressure on them, not letting them have it for free. They're underneath turret. As long as Nunu isn't there, we should be able to dive it. I'll go around. Twitch is half health. Yeah, this is diveable. Oh, Nunu is there. Oh, Draven isn't getting off any damage. Oh, I can't do anything. Nunu's in the way. I'll get kited out. There's no way I could do anything there. Renata's full HP, Nunu full HP. 𝐒𝐿𝐿𝐾𝐋𝐒, you die, Renata. Yeah, she's dead. Down goes Twitch. Oh, Ahri's tanking the turret. Lux just got a kill on the Aatrox, I believe. We can't finish off the Nunu, our damage is too low. I don't know what Ahri's doing there. I guess she wants to turn. Blue smite. Get her with the R. We went straight through her snare. Taunt her inside of our R. So Ahri's popping off here. Auto attack Q reset, but I can't Q because I'm out of mana. Down she goes. Your Q is a decent auto attack resetter when you're trying to put off damage in a pinch. Do keep in mind though that if you Q while inside of your W, you will cancel your W. So something to keep in mind. You'll lose out on a lot of your tankiness. It can be worth it though, especially if they're trying to get away from you, because when you're in your W, you move slower. So if they're not inherently putting a lot of kill pressure on you, being in your W doesn't do you a lot of good. Oh my goodness, the auto attack cancels. We need to get in our W to keep our E up. Get that sweet 30% bonus attack speed. It's so funny. It's so funny how it's worded. 30% attack speed for 1.6 seconds, which is nothing. But as long as your W or Q, it extends it through the full duration of those abilities. Which is pretty sweet. It'd be nice if you could just keep that attack speed bonus permanently. This Rammus damage output really is on the lower side. Yeah, Aatrox just DC. That's how 𝐒𝐿𝐿 killed him. There's no way he ever legitimately killed him. Might be able to... Oh, never mind. Lux is getting downwards. Maybe the Twitch. Gonna have to build up quite a bit of speed. It looks like he's reacting too. I think we're on wards. If your Q is about to end, that's usually when you want to use your R, because it extends essentially the duration. If you are without queuing, then it's not a knockup, it's only just a slow. With that being said, if you need guaranteed CC, a lot of times queuing then R is bad, because your R is easy to dodge. Your Q is much harder to dodge than your R. Your Q, you're a heat sinking missile, but your R is a skill shot that they can see where you are and where it's going to land, and they can flash or do whatever they need to do to dodge it. That's why ultimately you want to think of Rammus R as a way to go over walls, and you want to think of it as a way to negate CC. It's the best ways to envision it. Couldn't save Pyke. I had to dodge the Renata R. Draven's gonna chase with me. Oh, I can't run in this down though. She built up a lot of distance. Lux is out of position. Run her down with the Q. Ahri is not reacting to this at all, unfortunately. I don't think she saw us. We'll grab Raptors into red buff here. 𝐒𝐿𝐿's dead. Nothing for us to get top side right now. Maybe we should just back for Thornmail, actually. Thornmail would be pretty good here. We can pick up the full Thornmail and also get Winged Moonplate, I think. Winged Moonplate's really nice. Gives you 5% movement speed. So looking at their builds, Twitch is the most fed right now, I think. Lux is the second. They're triple magic damage, double physical damage. When we're on our W, we have 400 armor total and 166 magic resist. That's so nuts. So the most annoying champions to play against on Rammus are champions that have max health damage. Or champions that build max health damage items like Mordekaiser and Amumu are really annoying against Rammus. Even if there's a bad matchup, you still have so many like good gank options on Rammus early mid game to where you can usually set up the late game. Because at the end of the day, Rammus isn't really built to solo any champion in the game except for AD carries. That's usually the only champion you can truly solo. Otherwise, you're reliant on your team's damage. Oh, hey, Lux. We're doing some pretty good damage now with the Thornmail. Lux got shredded. Gonna pop the R. She flashed. Holy moly. Hey, Twitch. And we can't do anything here. They're just hiding. I do have Chem Tank though. Alright, here we go. Couldn't get my taunt off on the Twitch. I'm gonna have to flash. It's not worth dying for this. Blue smite the Nunu. Well, gonna have to fight for the Draven. Keep him alive. Draven cashed out after he died, so Draven lost most of his adoration there. Where the heck did she go, dude? I'm so clueless. What the heck? I do want this red buff. You can't take a turret very fast anyways. Aatrox should be able to get that without me. A big part of your tankiness in team fights comes from proper Q usage. To where if they're aggroing you and you're on a good Q, you can bait out a lot of their skill shots and instantly juke and string them out, waiting for your cooldowns. Since your Q lasts for such a long time, 6 seconds, your W's all only on a 4-second cooldown, your E's on a 9, so you can basically get those off a cooldown for free with the proper Q usage. Someone's gonna walk into me to ward Baron, most likely. They don't have a blue ward on their team, just yellow wards and oracles. Lux dropped R on wave. She's dead. Oh, I should have R'd. Well played by them. I needed to R there to negate that CC. Hey, Renata. Got the taunt. 0 fall. Ooh, okay, alright. She got the charm. Not bad. I was gonna say 0 follow-up, but it was just late follow-up. It's diveable. We can tank turret like crazy. 6 turret shots won't even half health us if we're in our W. Hey, Lux. Now if we get on her and we're tanking the turret and blocking for our team. Blue smite the Twitch. It's a really good fight for our team. Only reason we took it though is because one of them was we already picked one, so it was a 5 versus 4 under turret. And like we said, the turret isn't meaningful as long as I'm the one tanking, and we can bait them into a really bad fight. They needed to just give that turret, wait for the Renata. They need her R's in team fights to be able to fight us. Not bad. Go for blue Gromps. Ooh, okay, we could Baron. All right. We could at least force them over here. Kind of wanted to just take blue Gromp same time back at the Deadmans, but forcing them to Baron's an okay option as long as we don't start it. Starting Baron when a Lux is throwing garbage at you is pretty difficult. I think Baron's starting it. I think it's such a bad move here. Draven doesn't have lifesteal either, so I don't... Yeah, this is just bad. I guess the enemies are bot though. If we didn't see Nunu and Twitch bot, this would be really bad. Good smite by the Draven. I guess they think they outscale us. In a weird way, they kind of do, just because Draven falls off, but they're so far behind right now. We're gonna have to R, close the distance. Oof. He can't really lifesteal off of us because the Thornmail, fast attack speed champions get countered pretty hard by Thornmail, like you see there. Let me go back and get this dead man's real quick. And now we are at officially Rammus's core build. Chem Tank into dead man's. Chem Tank into Thornmail into dead man's. And now we go for usually Force of Nature or Randuins. I think Force of Nature is better though most of the time, because it rounds out your build, gives you more magic resist, and more importantly, more movement speed. You could also go for Warmogs. Ultimately though, with how heavy of an all-in style champion Rammus is, Warmogs doesn't give the best value, because by the time you plow out, the fight's already over. Lux is dead. We could definitely dive that turret. I'm hoping they step up for it. I'm not going to. There's a ward there. Twitch's rage split pushing. It's really bad to be split pushing when a fast champion on the enemy team can solo you, such as Rammus. Twitch does not have the items to kill me solo at all. I could just go pinch him and wreck him. Blue smite to the auto attack taunt. I'll just stand here and take turret so my team can follow up. QR, Lux couldn't hit me with the snare. We taunt the Nunu and they all die. The strengths of Rammus. If you have an advantage or a lead or a favorable situation, Rammus can easily, regardless of your skill level, capitalize on it due to his tankiness and speed. And hard point and click CC as well. Should use my Chem Tank there. Am I gonna die? Yeah, I'm just gonna have to flash. That was awkward. Everyone kind of just stopped hitting the turret. What a funny game. We'll take a look at the graphs. Damage dealt, damage taken, all that fun stuff. Looking at damage dealt to enemy champions, we were one of the highest in the game. I'm pretty happy with that. Looking at damage taken, we took one of the highest in the game at 24k. And if we take a peek at self-mitigated, we self-mitigated 43k. So we definitely took the most damage in the game if you take self-mitigated into account, which is shields, your armor, magic resist, or your ability resistances. Looking at our runes, we got really good value. Really happy with that. If you guys enjoyed this Rammus gameplay commentary guide, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐋𝐒. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.